Let me check what horse is that. Muy buenos días a la afición de EquinEdge y a la de HipicaTV. Bienvenidos al show de pronósticos de EquinEdge con el señor Scott McKeever, también Pascual Artiles y este servidor Alfredo Alfonso. Y vamos a entrar en materia con los buenos días por la quinta carrera. Let's start talking about race 5 story with the good afternoon. Buenas tardes, mejor dicho, with the good afternoon for all the audience.
And buenas tardes to everybody. And let's get going with race number 5, you guys. It's a wide open race to me. I only left off 3 horses. The 3, 5, and 6. I'm covering 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, and 10 and 11. So I'm covering all those. I'm leaving out the 3, 5, and 6 because I just think it's wide open. And I really like the back half of the card. So I thought I'm just not going to mess with it. I don't love anything in particular. The 8 horse is the fastest horse in the race, no doubt about it. That being said, you don't win very often from post positions 8 and up going on the straightaway 1 turn over at Gulfstream Park. So I thought maybe try to beat that horse who's probably going to be your favorite.
So we are listening some echo, Mr. Scotty, and we are talking about race 5. Estamos hablando de la carrera número 5. Scotty has 7 horses, 7 caballos en his ticket, en su ticket. No le gusta ningún caballo en particular, pues ve la carrera abierta. El win percentage, el porcentaje de triunfo está repartido entre varios competidores. Y como pueden darse cuenta, el número 4 de Mars, de Misses, quise decir de Misses, tiene 17%, es el más alto, y no llega ni a 20%. Cuando esto ocurre en EquinEdge, eso significa que la carrera es abierta a cualquier resultado. Y por eso vamos a indicar en esta carrera 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 10 y 11. Él dice que el 10 muy probablemente busque la punta temprano, el número 8 igualmente Ripley, pero cuando los caballos parten del puesto 8 hacia el número 10, como explicaba Scotty, ganan con dificultad en un tiro corto de 5 medio ferros en la arena. Por lo tanto, él prefiere reforzar colocando varios caballos internos, el 1, el 2, el 4 y el 7, para amarrar la quinta carrera en Gulfstream. ¿Qué piensas, Pascual, de esta selección y qué opinas? Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes. Sí, es una carrera muy pareja y lo que tú comentas es cierto, ¿no? Cuando uno ve que los porcentajes están tan parejos, pues entonces está abierta a pasar cualquier cosa. Me gusta el 2 en primera instancia. Este de Kevin Krieger, su debut. Sí, no fue tan malo ese debut, cayó quinto a 9 cuerpos y medio. Esta yunta, ya lo hemos dicho muchas veces, una yunta ganadora. Ciertamente la semana pasada no pudieron ganar, pero esperemos que esta semana vuelvan otra vez al ritmo ganador. Y si miran bien, el camino de ese debut, estaba súper jugada en esa oportunidad. Esta número 2, que va a su segunda presentación, y yo estoy seguro de que va a mejorar muchísimo lo que fue esa primera salida. Después me fui con Ripley, que está en un 14% en el win. De los que están aquí es el que ha corrido. No es que me llame muchísimo la atención, pero es el que ha corrido y es un peligro dejarlo por fuera. Después fui vamos a decirlo en español, al GCR. Y cuando ustedes revisan allí van a encontrar que el 2 es el que tiene el mejor porcentaje. Pero sacando al 11, preferí buscar un caballo de adentro y ahí me fui con el número 1, el de José Morelos, que está de tercero en el GCR, o sea que tiene buen pedigrí para correr la arena. Viene con muy buenos trabajos, sus últimos 3 trabajos son muy buenos como para poder sorprender en la carrera. Y completamos con el número 4 de Mars. Estos hijos de Cosan de 2 años siempre las corren todas muy bien, debe ser un caballo rápido. Me llama la atención de que no aparece Miguel Ángel Vázquez por ningún lado, pero si miramos aquí, Vázquez va a montar al 13 que está retirado. Así que bueno, yo creo que ya aseguramos 1, 2, 4 y 8. 1, 2, 4 y 8 en una muy pareja quinta carrera para iniciar el Late Pit 5 de la tarde.
So Pascual thinks the same. Ripley has a speed, but the number 1 has a good GSR. The number 2 has well, and he was heavily bet during his first start. And the number 4, the missus, is son of Kosan, and the GSR is positive. So the number 2, the number 1 with 2 good GSRs, and the number 4 adding Ripley, number 8. 1, 2, 4, 8 para Pascual. Let's go to race 6, Scotty.
Okay, so in race number 6, the 2-horse Mary Quite Contrary ran a very good race last time out. Runaway winner in there. This horse probably is the horse to beat in the race for sure. The 5-horse comes out of that same race, Rapturous. Really, this horse had no excuses. Broke from the rail, but was in position. I didn't really see any excuses to make for this horse. I don't know that this horse is the same horse, but she is EquinEdge's second pick, so I am taking a bit of a risk leaving her out. But I also did like Towser. First time for Safi Joseph Jr., Edgar Zayas. And this horse seems like a player here. This horse has been off since October of last year and broke from the 10-hole last time out at 36-1, only 4% to win. That was against a 72 group. The workouts are tremendous. Look at the bullet. 1 of 59 on August 6th. I think this horse is coming into this race. It's not that tough of an allowance race, but 2's the horse to beat probably. I did add the 3-horse because that GSR was glaring 7 points higher. Hot trainer right now, Safi Joseph Jr., who also, of course, has the 6-horse Towser. So I use the 2, 3, and 6-horse here in the 6th race from Gulfstream Park.
Para Scotty 2, 3 y 6 hablaba de Mary Quite Contrary, la número 2, un ejemplar que viene de correr muy bien, un evento selectivo, llegando en el segundo puesto. Es el ejemplar que pareciera entrar a vencer y es la primera selección de EquinEdge. Rapturous, la número 5, habló sobre ella. Dice que su última carrera no le pareció convincente y está tomando el riesgo de dejar a la segunda selección de EquinEdge detrás del número 2, que es el 5, y no la puso en el ticket. Prefirió colocar Running Legacy, un ejemplar que tiene 75 de GSR, el número 3, una genética muy positiva. Y el número 6, el ejemplar Towser, que ha trabajado muy bien, unos trabajos voladores, 4 furlong en 47, su penúltimo ensayo, no corre desde que corrió en Kineland, y él cree que con el entrenamiento de Safi Joseph y la monta de Garzay, este ejemplar va a ser de cuidado en la jornada de hoy. Así que para Scotty, repetimos, el número 2, el número 3 y el número 6 en la sexta carrera. For me, the number 1 is my long shot, Miss Z. Miss Z, el number 1 is my long shot, mi batacazo es el número 1, Miss Z. A good GSR. I know that the weekend test is slow, but this horse is running well today, Miss Z. La número 1. Así que el 1, para los que quieran jugar un batacazo, es el long shot. La número 1, Pascual.
Mira, no tengo mucho que agregar. Yo incluso estuve a punto de irme también con esa combinación 2-3-6. Yo decidí agregar al 5 dándole una última oportunidad, porque fíjate que Luca Panici venía montando mucho el 5, y fíjate que en la última carrera donde enfrenta al 2 se fue con el 5 y ahora decide montar al número 2, Luca Panici. Es un movimiento que te dice que a lo mejor Luca piensa igual que nosotros, que ya nos cansamos de esperar por el 5. Le estoy dando una oportunidad más porque lleva el Leipzig otra vez. Y entonces quiero ver si es que realmente ya no existe o si ahora con el Leipzig va a correr mucho mejor. Entonces no quise caerme. De los 4, más allá del 2, el que más me llama la atención es el 3. Ciertamente el 6 de Safi viene con muy buenos trabajos a la carrera, pero este número 3 que monta Leonel Reyes, vean, cuando ustedes revisan lo que han sido sus carreras, todas han sido largas. La única vez que la corrió en arena lo hizo muy bien. Cuando ustedes revisan el GCR de esta número 3, es bastante bueno para la arena, o sea que debe hacerlo bien. Incluso es el mejor de todas las que participan aquí. Y Safi decide hoy bajarla a los 7 furlongs. Mucho cuidado con esta número 3, porque a lo mejor la jugada se va a ir con la número 6, que viene con muy buenos trabajos a la carrera, pero esta número 3, Running Legacy, yo creo que hoy va a correr muy bien. Así que yo creo que aquí amarramos 2, 3, 5 y 6.
For Pascual, he thinks the same. 2, 3, and 6. He likes the number 3 as well for the high GSR, a long shot of EquinEdge. And he added Rapturous, giving her a last chance. They put Lasix again on her. Maybe today she's running well, but Konichi preferred number 2, Mary Quite Contrary, and that is not a good sign for Rapturous. So 2356, 2356 for Pascual. Let's talk about race 7, Scott.
All right, race number 7, the maiden special weight for 3-year-olds and upward. And the one horse I know that Pascual is singling Dominican Ice, and I understand. But this horse has burned a lot of money. I almost left this horse out. Like, this horse is just always stopping, and you have a low percentage trainer and draws the rail. If any of these first-time starters shows any speed, or the 4 in its second start shows speed, then this horse could stop. I had to use the horse, but I'm not as high on this horse as, and it's not even EquinEdge's top pick. The 6 horse is, and look at the EquinEdge morning line on the 6 horse, Papa Jojo, for Safi Joseph Jr. and Edgar Zayas. Second-time starter who went off as a favorite first time out. So I wasn't as sold on Dominican Ice, and I didn't really love Papa Jojo either, because I felt like this horse didn't have any issues, and now goes to the dirt from the synthetic, and the GSR goes down 7 points. So I don't know. And look at the 3 horse. The 3 horse jumps up in GSR a lot. It gets 114 pounds. Look at that GSR jump, 13 points. My top pick in the race is the 3 horse. I think, and then you got a couple of first-time starters that could surprise. So I'm going to try to beat the big favorite, but I did use it 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7.
Así es, para Scotty, él comprende por qué Pascual probablemente escogió a Dominican Ice, el número 1 como base, un win percentage muy alto, un GSR aceptable 62, pero lo que no le gusta es que este caballo sale adelante y se detiene, y por eso ha decidido multiplicar buscando un buen dividendo en esta carrera. Y Scotty colocó, y vamos a ver en pantalla, let's close that view. Scotty colocó 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 y 7. Él cree que cualquiera de estos ejemplares, especialmente Papa Jojo, ¿no? El número 6, que es la marca top, el top pick de EquinEdge, pudiera sorprender a Dominican Ice. Así que Scotty recomienda buscarle la caída a la base de Pascual. ¿Qué piensas, Pascual?
Mira, primero el win de 51% ya lo dice todo. Este Dominican Ice está de turno hace rato. 2 segundos puestos en sus últimas 2 salidas, siempre con Inoel Beato como su jockey, 7% con el entrenador José Jiménez. Viene de perder con Petulante, el de Víctor Barbosa Jr., que tiró un galopón ese día. Este grupo no pareciera ser la mayor cosa, porque fíjate, aquí apliqué una de mi amigo el chino Antelis. El número 4 es un Texas Bred, el número 6 es un Iowa Bred, el número 7 es un New York Bred, que son los supuestos rivales. Y dije, no, esto hay que eliminarlos todos. Si me ganan, que me ganen. Yo creo que el 2 va a correr muy bien, Morning Cup, si quieren buscar un buen dividendo en la carrera, pero yo creo que esta es la de Dominican Ice. Yo creo que aquí, este es el día de que finalmente rompa el Maiden. Creo que lo tiene todo a su favor, así que tenía que buscar una base y bueno, decidí escogerla aquí. El 1 en la 7ª competencia.
So Pascual thinks that Dominican Ice is going to deliver with that 51% win, and he's the second pick of EquinEdge. He thinks that his rivals are weak, and maybe that is the reason that Dominican Ice is going to wire this field today. That is what Pascual thinks. I think like you, Scotty, that the number 1 is vulnerable. Yo pienso que el 1 es vulnerable. Yo pienso que es un caballo, sin menospreciarlo mucho, yo creo que no tiene clase. For me, he has no class, y por eso es que pudiera ganar la carrera, pero la verdad es que yo creo que hay que multiplicar también, Pascual. Así que bueno, vamos a ver quién tiene razón. Let's see who is right later, and let's go and talk about race 8, Scotty. Vamos a hablar de la 8ª carrera.
Hey, real quickly too, if you look at the jockey trainer combination, it's only in 28 races, only 7%, right? So, and this horse, look at this horse, was 40% to win last time out and lost the race. Now draws the rail, and there's going to be some pressure on this horse. So I don't know. We'll see.
Let's talk about race 8.
All right. Okay, so look at the 6 horse. This horse, whenever this horse is cleared, this horse has proven to be very difficult. Now, I couldn't get the 6 horse in my ticket. Also, Jazzy T, when you look at the record at going a mile and 70 yards in 6 tries, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. So I looked at this. The only bad performance was here on July 15th, the 15th. And this horse was wide the entire trip. I mean, 8 wide, almost the entire trip. Throw that out. This horse, if you throw this race out, this horse tries every single time. So now I couldn't get this horse in as well. I like these 3 horses, but I had to go and single the 2 horses doing very well. I think this horse will be, maybe 4 or 5 lengths back and win this race. But Jazzy T is a very, very good horse in here as well, but I could only single the 2.
So for Scotty, la Ñaquea Storm, la número 2, es la base para el Pick 6. Él estuvo revisando Asters de Oro, un ejemplo que cuando corre adelante libre, le gusta crecerse, da guerra, pero no le da el presupuesto para andar agregándola. Jazzy T, la número 1, corrió muy bien en su último, un ejemplo que corre todas muy bien, es batalladora, pero al final tuvo que tomar una decisión y decidió arriesgarse con la Ñaquea Storm. I wish you good luck. He has a good chance. I prefer her stablemate. Yo prefiero a su compañera de establo, Brody's Honor. But let's see what thinks Pascual about the race. Vamos a ver qué piensa Pascual de esta carrera.
Creo que tiene muchísimo chance porque primero viene ganando. Ella tiene 3 victorias de manera sucesiva. Edgar Pérez la ha conducido las 3 veces. Lo ha hecho muy bien. Y el detallito que me llama la atención, yo también pensé en colocarla como una base. Lo que más me llama la atención es que va a correr con solo 120 libras. Sus rivales van a correr con libras superiores a las que va a competir ella. O sea que si ella es capaz de hacer lo mismo que ha hecho en las últimas 3 carreras con un jockey que ya la conoce, ella podría intentar nuevamente ganar. Yo sí prefería acompañar porque de verdad que la victoria de la número 1 la última vez con Leonel Reyes fue impresionante. Fíjense que el win está 29-27, 2-1. Preferí no dejarla por fuera. Y ya mi tercera opción es buscando un buen dividendo en caso de que estas 2, porque yo creo que de ahí no sale la carrera, se caigan. Y entonces, bueno, empecé a analizarlas a todas y al final decidirme con Great Charlotte, la número 3, la que va a montar en esta oportunidad Chantal Sutherland. Si revisan, van a ver que Chantal la montó la penúltima vez y lo hizo muy bien. Si ven el video de la última carrera, realmente no entendí cuál era el ritmo en esa carrera, pero la penúltima, cuando Chantal Sutherland montó por primera vez a esta Great Charlotte, lo hizo muy bien. Es lo que me llama la atención. Y bueno, decidí a la hora de buscar un batacazo, hacerlo con un caballo, con una yegua en este caso que pague muy bien. Bueno, yo creo que puede ser Great Charlotte. Ella va a ser el long shot de esta carrera número 8.
So Scotty, Pascual agrees with you. He likes a lot la Ñaquea Storm. He was impressed with the victory of Jazzy T last time out, so he added the number 1. And he was looking for a big long shot in this race, and he picked Great Charlotte number 3 with the top SOR. And he thinks with Chantal Sutherland, she's going to improve, and maybe he's going to be the, destroyer of the pick 6 today. Let's see what happened with Great Charlotte. And let's go to race 9 and Scotty McKeever. Vamos a la 9ª carrera.
So I'm only using the 5 and the 6. I'm not using the 1 and the 2. I think they're going to go. Speed has not been holding over on the synthetic track. I think the tactical speed is with the 5 horse, the EquinEdge long shot. It's also a price play. And Olga, this horse ran a better race than you realize. And this horse can rate now, draws a good post, won't have to send, can sit a good trip. I think this race, I like both the 5 and the 6. And by the way, the 6 horse Olga gets 111 pounds.
Scotty habló de la carrera. Él piensa que el planteamiento no va a aguantar la velocidad Nice Baby y él cree que al final las yeguas que van a correr colocadas, que son la número 5 da Journey Girl y el 6 Olga, y Olga va con un peso bastante aliviado. Él cree que estas 2 yeguas van a venir con fuerza en el tramo final y van a decir la carrera, las coloca a los 2. For me, my single is White West, the Frankel's daughter, la hija de Frankel, White West. Nuestra base, my single. So I wish you good luck. Today she's winning, Scotty. Ella va a ganar hoy. So let's root for your ticket, but the number 2 is a danger for me, White West. Second pick of EquinEdge. Pascual.
Sí, es la que más me gusta. Creo que la velocidad le va a favorecer. El GCR está en 69, está por encima del resto del grupo que le sale esta tarde. En teoría, todas las cosas estarían a su favor y viene de correr abierta, que es el otro detalle, ¿no? Ahora, a diferencia de otras aquí, como Nice Baby, que han corrido en restringidas. Yo, por si acaso, metí a Nice Baby, aunque ciertamente su última salida, verdad que me dejó mucho que desear, pero su trainer Jorge Delgado la devuelve a 5 furlongs, donde ella debe hacerlo mejor que esos 6 o 6,5 furlongs que parecen quedarle muy largos. Y bueno, al final completé con el 4. Ciertamente tiene un 11%. Fíjense el win, que después del número 1 está muy parejo. Este número 4 tiene 11%. Su GCR es bastante bueno para la tapeta. Hay que borrar el debut. Ahora le colocaron el blinker. Su trainer mejora muchísimo cuando hace ese tipo de movimiento. Y si pensamos que la velocidad es lo que va a mandar aquí, ella pudiese estar allí entre las que vengan al final al buscar la carrera. Y bueno, 111 libras son 111 libras, ¿no? Entonces, por si acaso, metimos a Olga, la que va a conducir Jason Guayas, 11% en el win. Y va a ser la segunda vez que Jason Guayas monta un ejemplar de de Juan Alvarado. Así que nos vamos en ese 1, 2, 4 y 6 en la última.
Así es, for Pascual, the speed of Nice Baby, but he don't trust on her too much, so he added White West, my single, and number 4, One of One. He thinks she's going to close strongly today, an acceptable GSR for David Brady, and the number 6, Olga, that she's going to close strongly with this allowance from apprentice Gerson Guayas. Así que bueno, eso es lo que le gusta a Pascual, lo que le gusta a Scotty. I wish you good luck, Scotty. I'm tasting my coffee already. Así que les deseo mucha suerte a ambos. See you tomorrow. Nos vemos mañana cuando estaremos de nuevo con otro show de EquinEdge. Good luck today. Buenas suertes.
All right. Thank you, guys. Hasta mañana.
Bye, bye.
If you look at the one horse, Nice Baby, look, this horse ran on the dirt 3 straight times, right? Look at the win percentages. As the favorite, lost all those 3 times, right? And that was with the GSR, 58, 64, 62. Drops to a 52 GSR on the synthetic and now draws the rail. I don't like this horse at all today. I was worried about the 2 because look at that GSR, 15 points higher. But look, it had a high GSR before too, and then it just keeps on disappointing. So I was a little bit worried that, I don't know, maybe something's wrong with this horse, but so I decided to just take a chance. If I'm worried about one horse in here, it definitely would be the 2.
Well, I insist she's winning today.
Well, you're singling, or you must like her.
I like her.
Yeah.
The GSR difference is too big in this race, so she's a Frankel. She's running against nothing in this race.
What are you guys covering today? Are you covering Gulfstream Park today?
Laurel and Gulfstream, and I need to handicap Laurel. That is the reason that I'm walking. Hello. And that is the reason I need to say goodbye for now, and I will text you very soon with the results.
Okay, I know you will. Good luck today. I'll see you later.
Today as well.
Okay.
You need it.
Okay. All right, guys. So I have a show tomorrow at 12:15 Eastern time. I'm covering Gulfstream Park, Laurel Park, as well as Woodbine. So that should be fun. Again, 12:15 Eastern time. And did I look at anything ahead of time? Let me see. Gulfstream Park. What are you guys playing today? Hey, Anthony. Hey, Danny. Ramon. Buenas tardes. Let's look at the early pick 5 real quick. Saratoga. Let's see. You want the late pick 5 at Saratoga? Let's see here. What's going on in the early one? So the 5 horse, top win percentage, but it wasn't in the top EquinEdge picks. But look at the EquinEdge morning line, 4-1. Went off at 9-2, 30% and 1. And then the 5 horse EquinEdge second pick 23%. I mean, not hard to find those horses, right? You're playing Saratoga as well, Danny? Okay. We'll look at the late pick 5, but let's look at the third race. I'm going to hang with you guys for about 15 minutes and then I got a jet, but I'll be back tomorrow. But I think it's always interesting, like when you see 9-5 EquinEdge morning line, EquinEdge second pick, 44%. I mean, all things being equal, and you're getting right now 3-1 on the 2, Alejandro. Coming in from Churchill Downs, you know. Okay, Ramon, let me see if I can find something, because I honestly, the only thing I had looked at was the late pick 5 at Gulfstream Park. But we'll see if we can find something. Okay, brother? We'll try. We'll try. Look at the GSR for Alejandro as well. Right? It's pretty darn good. Now, I like the fact that this 4-horse at 24%, the Reds, has been in the money in 6 of 7 tries. That's good too. And that was against an average of 67 SOR. So that horse has some class over the 2 for sure. That's important. So the 4 is the class, and that's why this horse is getting bet. I think this is a 2-horse race between the 2 and the 4. I do. Bourbon's Calling is getting bet, but let me look. If you look at the numbers, it's been okay. So it's been facing decent horses here in the last 5 races, but how's it been doing? It's been running good. So I would imagine the 6 is this is going to be chalk city here for sure. The EquinEdge long shot could get up for like 3rd or something like that. You know, what you could do is you could play it. It's going to be chalky. It's not even worth it. We're going to do that, Tony. We'll look at that. Again, I'm only going to be with you guys for about 15 minutes. Hello to you, though. But I want to watch this with you guys as well, too. But, you know, how to play this. To me, the 4 is getting some real action. I think the 2 is going to be second. Let's see here. Two, 4. I'm worried about the 6 a little bit, but I think this is 2-4. I think you're safe if you've got the 2-4. I don't have approval to show you guys video, so I'm just going to watch this with you guys. They're at the gate.
Waiting now for Gigging and Bourbon Calling.
2's going to run a good race, I would imagine. And 6 horse is nice too, but I think the 4 is the horse to beat. Just that class is kind of overwhelming.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Sugar Ray 2 hustled out for the early lead. Now moving on through the Reds to take second as the field races into that clubhouse turn. And it is Sugar Ray 2 who has the lead, the favorite, the Reds.
Now, the 6-horse Bourbon Calling, you see how wide that horse went? It doesn't look like much, but when you're running 2 lengths further in the first turn, you got to be way best to win. It's just not a good place to be. I'll say that. So, like, a note should be put on that, because you might see, okay, 2 wide on the trouble line, right? But that actually hurt the horse. Whether it wins or it doesn't, that hurt the horse.
A half-length lead over the even money favorite, the Reds. Gigging is in the clear on the outside and running in 3rd. Alejandro.
I always put these kind of notes here are the best for you, because then you know that all things being equal, they come back the next time out and they're running against similar, same surface and distance type of thing. You know that the horse can probably run better depending on the post draw.
And now they head into the far turn. It is still Sugar Ray 2 with a lead over the Reds. Sugar Ray 2 by
I didn't see this 3-horse at all.
Reds is on the outside in second. And now Bourbon Calling has made a home and has gained up into third. Right behind the Reds, down at the rail is Sugar Ray 2. The Reds and Sugar Ray 2 together through 3/4 and 1/12 and 4. Bourbon Calling is,
you know, the SOR is so important, and then the results, how the horse actually ran against that competition is so important, you know. And so look, it's these 2 horses. I mean, here comes the 2 on the inside, but it's just lacking a little bit of class, right? And the 3, so it's going to come in 4-3-2. The 3 ran really good, but there you go. Top EquinEdge pick. The 2-horse shied away a little bit on the rail, but yeah. So now, how did I do that real quickly? All I did was look at these 2 numbers here. I see 44%, 24%. I see top EquinEdge pick. So I'm looking at all this information together. I see, look at the record at 9 furlongs on the dirt. 7 tries, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and 2/3 against a 67 average group. You guys don't have that one right now, but you guys will have that on the next release. But then you look at this SOR, which you do have, and you see 66 versus 59. That's a big difference in competition. You do have the ability to look and see what the record is at 9 furlongs, and you see that. So when you see that, you got to go, oh man, 4 is going to just be a little bit better than these. And then that's just what it was. That's all it is. That's why we just don't have one metric. It's important to take all those metrics, and what you're hoping for when you find a single is you're hoping to see like a lot of the metrics lining up towards one horse. And unfortunately with Alejandro, other than the win percentage, you have the EquinEdge morning line at 9-5. Other than that, you know, you see that SOR, the competition. It's all about class, pace, and class. Those are the 2 things. Look at, there was no speed in that race. Do you see that? I mean, literally, the top pace number horse was only 35. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's about the lowest pace I've ever seen, and that was with the 3 who ended up hanging in for second. But yeah, we can look at an early pick 5. So what I like to do first is eliminate horses. So I see the 3, 30-1 EquinEdge morning line, 4%. You know, I'm going to eliminate that horse. So I try to eliminate the horses that confidently, right? Not force it. 4%, 20-1 EquinEdge morning line, low SOR, out. These are things you can do that give you more clarity in the race, and you feel pretty confident. Now I'll go to the next race. Sort the E morning line. You have 3 first-time starters. The win percentages are pretty equal. It's a tough one. So I'm going to go to the next leg. Sort the EquinEdge morning line. 40-1, 1%, out. 3%, 25-1. Not an EquinEdge long shot, out. You see, so you can eliminate that way. But it's a wide open race if you look at it from the perspective of 18% is the top win percentage. So now you have to look at other factors like the SOR. So now I'm going to sort this SOR and look at the record. If you look at the record, yeah, the 2 horse has a good SOR, but only 2 third-place finishes, where it's only 1 point different and been in the money in all 3 tries. The 6 horse is very live. So then you look at 3 wins and 5 tries against a 56 group, has no speed, but that's okay. Top EquinEdge pick as well. So you would have to look at the 7 horse for sure as a player. So that's why, you know, now you're looking at the 1 horse, the EquinEdge long shot, give him some points for that. 2 wins, 1 second and 1/3, but an average group of 52. So the 6 horse, to me, if I had to choose between the 6 and the 1, I'd be choosing the 6. 6 horse has ran well against tougher competition, has a decent win percentage within the group, a decent EquinEdge morning line. In this race, has some tactical speed. Drinks on Me seems like a major play, and has won 3 straight races. I mean, this is a trier. One last time out went 7 wide. I mean, come on. Here's the problem. is this horse was claimed last time out by a 10% trainer. You just don't know how these horses are going to come back and run when they change trainers. You don't know. That's the problem. That sucks too, because I would have loved a horse like this. But I just don't know how this horse is going to run against this competition. And I've thrown out everybody I know to throw out. Without having to, force anything. Top win percentage is only 17% in this race. I mean, crazy. You can rely on the GSR and stuff in situations like this for sure. This is an interesting horse, this 11 horse, but you don't win from that post. But let's see how many horses are in the race. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 horses are in this race. So this horse is in the 10 hole. Like, you have to be so much the best to win from that. And here's the thing. You can't be thinking about just today. You have to think about the future as well. So to put a note on this horse, no matter what, whether it runs good or bad, it drew the 11 hole going, drew the 11 hole. Watch for next. Right? Stuff like that. So this horse, the 10 horse, broke from the 9 hole, is going to break from the 9 hole. I happen to know that if you're the 8 hole and above, going on the straightaway sprinting at Gulfstream Park's dirt, you're going to win 3.8% of the time. So these are little things that you can do to give yourself an advantage the next time a horse runs, right? So the 8 horse breaking from the 8 hole, but this horse is the fastest horse in the race, Ripley. But still maybe worth, this horse is fast for sure. But it's a price play as well. It was, Bill. You missed the Spanish part already. So I just was hanging out a little bit. What's up, Ron? I was just hanging out a little bit afterwards because the guys, Pascual and Alfredo, are doing their show now for Hippica and covering Gulfstream Park and Laurel Park, and I was just hanging out. When you're on the 8 post and above sprinting at Gulfstream Park dirt, you have a 3.8% chance of winning. So could they win? Of course. I mean, there's always those anomalies, right? But overall, I would, I have to try to beat those. So the 8 horse, it has speed and it could clear. Jockey trainer combination is only 5%. And it's going to have the 8 hole. So, you look at a horse like the 2 horse, jockey trainer, and look at the 4, the misses. 0 for 24 jockey trainer combination. That being said, it's the top win percentage. And remember, and it's EquinEdge's long shot. And I'm always telling you that how many times I see a situation like this, 0 for 24 jockey trainer combination, but the system already accounted for it, and I bet against the horse and lost. This could be one of those situations. I'm not saying it is, but it could be because you got an 0 for 24, but it's the top win percentage, 17%, and it's the EquinEdge long shot. These are horses you can't necessarily throw out. And you'll get prices with horses like this because most people are using statistics, not metrics. And so they see the 0 for 24 and they're leaving this horse out. You could get 10 or 11 to 1, maybe even higher odds. So yeah, that's the one I was talking about, Ron. Oma 10 girl. I don't like the post. So you could do, so watch, let's do, Let's see here. I covered too many horses. I use those in my Hippica pick 5, and I actually think that I regret that now. I should have played the numbers. See, it's so easy to make mistakes. So I would do something like this. I probably would use the 8, top EquinEdge pick, top pace, but I think you're going to see this time passage, second time starter run good. This horse broke 7th and was favored in that race. Good connections. Kevin Krieger jumps aboard. I think the 2 is going to run a better race. I mean, look at Kevin Krieger's an 11% jockey, but in 23 tries, he's a 30% jockey with Edward Pleza. So let's see if the 5's a single. 4 to 5 on the EquinEdge morning line. 41%. Tactical. Has class. And D'Angelo claimed this horse for $6K last time out. I mean, this horse is likely to be really tough to beat. In here, first time start. You know, anytime you have, this is what I have seen. I don't like the EquinEdge long shot because I don't like that 43 GSR. Do they win? Yes. It's interesting that it chose that. But I will say this about this 6 horse. It's top GSR. Whenever you have a race that the top win percentage is low, like this, 24%, this horse obviously has a 76% chance of losing. So in many cases like this, you'll see the first-time starters win. Not any first-time starter, but you'll see them. And look at Ralph Nick, 17%, and he's putting the bug on there, and this horse getting 112 pounds. I would imagine this 6 horse is going to be very live. And you have a horse that's 8 to 5 right now in the 1 who's only 16% chance of winning. I know it's the top EquinEdge pick and all that. What I'm seeing is just a really wide open race. But I will say this. This horse, last time, 6 furlongs in the dirt, drew the 10 hole, broke 9th and only lost by 2.5 lengths and was 4% to win. I mean, that was an amazing effort by this one horse, for sure. I'm surprised it's not higher win percentage. That win percentage is throwing me off just a bit. But sometimes these horses get overbet. But this was a good race because we talked about this. Horses from the 10 hole going sprinting, they just don't win. This horse broke 9, and look at this. By the second call, this horse is only 3/4 of a length back. And the stretch, and then kind of petered out a little bit. This horse has every right to improve, but it does draw the rail this time. It does draw the rail, and it broke bad. Maybe it's going to break bad again. I don't know. I will, Tony. We have time. So I just think this is, you know, she's out of here, the 2 horse. Only 1 3rd place finish. I mean, this horse has been burning a lot of money and never getting bet, but look at this. 26 to 1, 42 to 1, 47 to 1. Now this horse is 9 to 2. And it's 22%. So this horse can run better. I'm kind of on this first-time starter right now. So remember I was telling you that you don't want to add horses per se. You want to, what you're hoping to do is eliminate horses. But what if you did something like this? Would it be crazy? Well, let's look at the 4 horse first, South Pacific again. I mean, it was right there and just gave up ground. It gives up ground in every single race. I don't know. Again, I'm kind of liking this. And how about this horse, the 8? It's got a good GSR or a good SOR. What did it do? throughout the last race, eased and walked off, and it was off since then. Prior to, yeah, so this horse ran a good race in its first start, and then it obviously had some issues. There's no way of knowing how this horse is going to run, but it does draw the 8-hole. Again, from 8 sprinting at Gulfstream Park on the dirt, post positions 8 and up, win 3.8% of the time. Did you know the 1 and 2? I want to say win like 50% of the time. So what if we did something like this? Covered those 4. I can't get down with the EquinEdge long shot. I just can't get down with it because I don't like that it's got a 43 GSR. So I'm going to add the 6 horse to what it's doing. We know that we're singling the 5 horse that looks very, very difficult to beat. I mean, look at this too. This 5 horse has won 7 races going 7 furlongs in the dirt when the rest of them combined haven't won that many. So maybe that. Let's see what we can do in this race here. Little Bug's a second-time starter. How many of these horses? Now it pressed from the inside for sure. Now it draws a better post. It's got some speed. It's liable to run better, but I'll tell you, a lot of these second-time starters, they burn a lot of money. I will say this: I really like this work right here. I wonder why they gave this horse a gate work. And this horse has been working tremendous from the very beginning. No question. Perez jumps aboard. Why is Zayas not aboard? I don't know. Maybe they didn't like the ride that Zayas gave the horse. You have a first-time starter here with really good connections. I would probably add this horse here to this. That covers the top 3 EquinEdge picks. I'm kind of liking how this is developing. I literally might play this. Reyes gets off of both the 4 and the 8. New trainer, Nurse Judy. $5.5 on the synthetic. Sprinting from the 8-hole. I mean, I can't imagine that that's going to be very good. The horse got second. Drinks on Me and Alizé were in that race. This horse has done well, done very well. But new connections on the 7. 8 horse, Drinks on Me. We talked about this horse. I would love this horse, but the problem is it's their new connections, and I don't like that. So that's a tough one. You could get anything to happen in this race. I probably wouldn't use the 8. Look at this 6-1 on the EquinEdge on the 5 horse. I wonder if how we can fit this in. Let's try. One, 2, 4, and 6. Jockey trainer combination on the 2 horses 0 for 9, but we talked about this, right? Look at jockey trainer combination. 2 of your favorites have terrible jockey trainer combinations, right? Man. This horse was dueling and was pressing. feeling that horse is going to run a better race. I'm going to try to beat the favorites because I really would like to spread out late. That would be the ticket that I would suggest. I'm actually going to play that as well. One, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. With 1, 3. If you want to make money in this game, you have to try to beat favorites when you can. You just do. Wait. What did I just do there? Hold on here. I don't know what I took a picture of, but it wasn't right. Hold on here. Okay, so Gulfstream Park. Okay. Four and 6 with 5 with 2, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. So I want to play $1. All right, so that's a $90 play. That's where you have to just take a chance. If you lose, you lose. But when you do hit, you're going to make money. And I just think trying to maybe beat the 1 and the 2 is worth doing. Jockey trainer combinations aren't great. They don't have great win percentages. I mean, when you look at this, like this horse has an 84% chance of losing, and it's even money. Can it win? Of course it can win. We're playing the odds right now. And when you play the odds like we're doing, you're going to lose some races. But when you do win, you're going to get paid. Because we want to cover more long shots. And I think there's some long shots that could come in the latter races. Look at, you have this horse that's 9-5 on the odds makers morning line, but it's only 17% to win. There's a high likelihood this horse is going to lose. So we could get some prices. Many times I will leave out horses like that. I won't even use them. So don't forget, tomorrow I've got a show at 12:15 Eastern time covering Laurel Park, Gulfstream Park, and Woodbine. Like, this is a crazy wide open race. What's interesting is, well, look at this horse. Look at how good this is. 2-1. The horse is 5-2, but it's only 22%. It draws wide, and it's not the fastest horse in the race at all. Would a horse like Magical Luna, who's the EquinEdge second pick, be tough going gate to wire? You have to consider the competition. Maybe. What happened last time out? Maybe this horse lost to a big favorite. This time, it's more wide open. So Magical, yeah, see, well, look. So Magical Luna was dueling with the big favorite, Stony Point, who ended up winning. There's no big favorites in here, right? So a horse like this now could go gate to wire because there's really nothing great in here. So when you look at the SORs, it's interesting. The 3 has been facing the best horses, but it hasn't run well against them. But it needs the lead. But it's been facing better. And you look at this horse, the 6 horse is very interesting as well, because it's got a 54 SOR and it's got 2 wins, a second, and 2/3 in 7 tries. So this 6 horse is liable to run a really good race. I won't leave, Tony. Don't worry. So, like, I like the 6 horse a lot. I mean, this horse's record is tremendous against better horses. The 5 horse, it's only 3%, but the win percentages are having a rough time here. Look at that, 53, just like the 10, but it's 7-1 in comparison to 5-2 and draws a better post, and it has 2 wins and a very good GSR. Look at that. So, wow. I mean, what about maybe trying to beat the 10 and doing like a 3, 5, 6 exacta box? Something like that over a Laurel. So let's watch Laurel and see what happens. They're coming to the gate. All right, so all right, Saratoga, race number 4. We got Gulfstream Park, race number 1 coming. Big pace advantage for the 4 horse at Saratoga. It's also the EquinEdge long shot, also has the top GSR. I mean, there's a lot going for this horse. 69% on the 1A. Wow. I mean, but this 4, this EquinEdge long shot, is most likely going to run a really good race. How many times have we seen these second-time starters? And this horse was 50 cents in the dollar last time out. Only faced 5 other horses. But we see these horses get beat all the time. One race does not make a horse. I mean, wow. This horse was 58% to win its first start. No, it wasn't. Look at that, Growth Capital. Growth Capital was, who was the part of the entry and didn't run a lick. Wow. So is this race that great? Look at the 4 horse. This was not that great of a horse that beat the 1. Whew. I'm telling you, these second-time starters can really, like, I would watch this Whiskey Lullaby very carefully. And then you look at a horse like the 2 horse, Outperform. First time on the turf. It does drop 10 points in GSR, but just in case the 1 or 4 don't win, that's a pretty nice win percentage that's coming into the 1A. So, like, you could do a 1, 2, 4 exacta box if you wanted to bet it. But I mean, 69% is tough. Those horses are going to win most of the time. But that being said, it got beat. And that wasn't the horse actually getting bet. It was his partner that was getting bet in that race. And this is Chad Brown, right? Chad Brown just got released from jail, I believe, for domestic violence accusations.
between horses. Forget about it. Going to fly out to lead. Forget about it from Magical Luna. Claire's Darling away third. And Gals on the chase of between horses in fourth. Island Philo next in fifth. And 12 o'clock Rock is followed by Peace Out and Hitchin' a Ride. The two path into the turn. Back of the pack, Who Knows What at Awesome Jazz.
I have the 3, 5, and 3, 5, and 6. I think.
Heat up on the outside to press the issue. Is Claire's Darling. Forget about it. Hooking up head
Or
to
3, 4, and 6. I don't even know now.
Just off them is Gal in third. Then Magical Luna down inside. They're racing in fourth.
6 is loaded, but he's going to have to get through.
There in the meantime, 12 o'clock Rock has a clear sweep on the far outside there into the stretch. About 3/16 of a mile left to go. Claire's Darling, a narrow lead from Gal charging outside is 12 o'clock Rock. From between horses to his Island Philo still with a chance. Peace Out running a big race.
Come on, 5, get up.
Awesome Jazz was dead last from the gate coming in Island Philo.
Get up, 5.
Jazz on the outside. Awesome Jazz on the outside trying to get up. Awesome Jazz.
I think we got that. I think we called that 3, 5, 6 exacta box, right? Hold on here. Did we hit that? 3, 5, 6 exacta box. How's that? That's some good shit right there. 5, 9 to 1 over the 6, 5 to 2. That's huge. What a nice hit that was. I hope I'm like this tomorrow. You got that, Greg? That's
barely 87 feet.
Right? Do you see how we did that?
That's the first line.
How huge was that?
Second wire finish coming up.
That was really, that's some damn good handicap right there, if I don't say for myself. Like, look at that. 10 horse in the post. We really looked at the SOR here. 5 horse. Remember what we said about the 5? It's only the win percentages are they're struggling here. So let's look at other things, and we look and see the SOR 53, 2 wins and 4 tries. That's how we got that 5. That's how we got that 5. That's it. And then we had the 6 horse. We said the same thing, 54, 2 wins. So you can use the SORs to your advantage and then look at the record at the surface and distance. Okay. Now the horse most of the time has to have some current form. You can look at this. This horse broke last in its last 4 starts. Last. Look at that. Is that crazy? And still didn't run bad except for that last race. This is not a good breaker. I didn't see how this horse broke, but 2 wins. It clearly likes to go 5.5 furlongs. So that was huge. I don't know what's going on at Saratoga, but I think a jockey got thrown off of his horse. Late scratch of the 5. Logan's runner. So that is Carmouche. He's okay, though. All right, good. So they're at the gate. They're going 8.5 furlongs. Again, this one horse ran a good race last time out, no question about it, under Pratt. But this was not the horse getting bet. His partner was 58%. It was an entry for Chad Brown. So, and I can't imagine the energy is good right now in the Chad Brown barn after him getting arrested for domestic abuse charges. So, and the 2 horse outperform is 5 to 1. This horse is getting bet. 69% on the 1A, but I don't know. So late scratch of the 5 horse, who dumped his jockey, it looked like. Race number 1 over Gulfstream Park's coming up. We're taking a chance with the 4 and the 6. The 6 horse is a first-time starter. trying to beat the 2 favorites, the 1 and the 2. So we'll see what happens. That's coming up in 4 minutes. And then I'll do after that race, I'll do a pick 5 for you, a late pick 5 over at Saratoga, and I got to go. But I'll be back tomorrow, 12:15 Eastern. One to 5 on the entry right now. So that $90 bet got me back $826.50. It's not bad. So that's like a $60 exacta. Nice. Greg, you had that, huh? They're loading into the gate now. This is a very interesting race. I'm curious to see how Indemnify is going to run. Now, I am going to key it. I'm going to just key it. I just have to. But I'm going to do the 1 with 2-4. And I'm going to do a trifecta 1 with 2-4 as well. But I should be doing a saver. Yeah, it's going to be fun tomorrow, Tony. I've been working on some new handicapping styles and trying to work on my game, and I feel like I'm seeing things really good with what I'm doing. So, and I'm actually handicapping even faster. So after Gulfstream Park's race number 1, we will we'll go straight to doing the late pick 5 at Saratoga.
And now we are set for race number 4.
So they're back out. Looks like the 1A, who wasn't in the gate right, which is the big favorite.
The 1A Indemnify back out of the gate. Now moves back in.
Goes back in. That's never a good thing. It's never good. That's for sure. Sometimes it doesn't affect anything, but it's not good.
And they're off. And it is Whiskey Lullaby who is out for the early lead with Indemnify on the outside, racing in second. And Transactional came away.
I mean, the pace number said that the 4 had a pretty clear lead, or as far as the pace advantage goes.
Indemnify in the white cap runs in second, and then it is Transactional next in third, followed by Triumphant Road in fourth. Valley Rhythm is in fifth, and Outperform is the trailer in sixth. And now they're on the backstretch with the filly Whiskey Lullaby showing the way here. It's Whiskey Lullaby in front through a quarter in 24 and 4/5 seconds. And then Indemnify in second, followed by the first-time starter, Transactional next and third. Triumphant Road runs in fourth, 3.5 lengths. Back to Valley Rhythm or Outperform continues to trail in the sixth. And they are all chasing Whiskey Lullaby, who leads here by a length. Indemnify next in second, and Transactional is third. The half, 48 and 1/5 seconds. Whiskey Lullaby still there as they go into the turn. Whiskey Lullaby on top by a length, with Indemnify running in second. It's 2.5 lengths to Transactional. For the back is Triumphant Road, Ballyrhythm, and Outperform. And now they're coming for the head of the stretch. It is Whiskey Lullaby challenged here by Indemnify. Transactional is next in third. Here's Indemnify. Here's Transactional. And now the entry is 1-2.
So we need the 2 to catch up to this 6.
The battle on. It is Indemnify and Transactional. Transactional on the outside and Indemnify. And the stablemates will be 1-2 here. The winner, Transactional.
1-4-2.
Indemnify was second and a photo for third.
All right, 1-4-2. So we got that trifecta, but we need to get out to Gulfstream Park now, where we have a early pick 5 and covering the 4 and the 6. And they're 5-1 and 8-1 respectively. So again, we'll cover this. We'll watch this race as they're going into the gate, and then we'll do the late pick 5 at Saratoga. Yeah. So so it's officially trifecta. Danny's going to be 1-4-2.
The horses are at the gate. It's now post time. Lining up and moving in for race number 1, first of 9 here on a Friday in South Florida. Maiden claimers on the main track with number 1, Solaire, as the odds-on favorite from the fence. In the line goes Solaire with She's Out of Here. Now Happy's Nice Candy.
A lot of times in races like this, you'll see the first-time starters run very well in a race that looks wide open. We'll see what happens here. Pace-wise, the 4 should be the fastest horse in the race.
We're set for a start. Racing at Gulfstream.
And the 4 broke slow, and the favorite ran terrible from the break.
From Interesting Gem, who comes away racing in second. Happy's Nice Candy is next. It's a rough opening furlong for Solaire. She was slowly away and now shuffled back to the last position here. Check for Racing Room was she. Up front, and She's Out of Here, a length and a half in front. South Pacific making a 3-wide move into second around. Interesting Gem was back to third. Happy's Nice Candy is at the rail. A gap of 2 to Ransom's Reward. Then it's Solaire. A gap of 3 to I'm Exquisite. And the trailer, Pure Ambition. Around the far turn they go. Wilfred Vasquez trying to shake free on She's Out of Here. She's at the 5/16, now widening to a 3-length lead.
You're going to be very, very tough to catch.
Ransom's Reward toward the rail. Hype Happy's Nice Candy in between horses in South Pacific, and they're at the top of the stretch. She's Out of Here with the race to win or lose.
6 is stopping.
Half-mile. Happy's Nice Candy and a big price is up into second. Down the center and Ransom's Reward. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go.
Yeah, 2 is going to win, not changing leads.
She's Out of Here, an aptly named winner of the Friday opener. She's Out of Here. Indeed, she went gate to wire and widened at the end to win by 5 lengths. Happy's Nice Candy.
All right, so that the risk on the 2 didn't pay off. It did pay off on the 1, but not on the 2. All right, let's do a late pick 5. What did that pay? So not bad. So the goal, like, look, so we've made a little bit of money. Can't win every one. Yeah, I know we lost that pick 5, Danny. All right, so we're gonna do a late pick 5 over at Saratoga, and then I have to jet. There, I believe there's a carryover in the pick 6. So I'm gonna cover. It's a $1 though, not 20 cents. So we're gonna cover it. Let's see what we can find. I might as well do this with you guys because I was gonna do it anyways because I wanted to play with the carryover. So I mean, clearly this is a wide open race, right? These horses come back to lose way more often than they come back to win. draws the 9 hole. They faced each other. But here's the difference this time. 2's getting the lead. Because that 9 draws the 9 hole. And it most likely from the inside, this 2 is going to clear early. So now I would sit there and I'd go, okay, well, who's got a good GSR? You got an EquinEdge long shot that didn't have a good trip, broke 9th. It's a really hard read because these horses can really improve next time out. It's a tough race. Let's go on. Here's a problem with a horse like this. Now, it needed that race. It's always run good. It's been very consistent. But horses that break their maidens come back to beat winners only 5% of the time. So I'm just saying I have mixed feelings about this horse. It can win, but I have mixed feelings. When you look at a horse like the 6-horse Tucson Queen, has a decent win percentage, and in 3 races has been facing a 68 group and has a first and a second. Third off the layoff. I mean, this horse has every right to run a better race. So it certainly wouldn't be a horse I'd be leaving out. Now, the 1 horse last time out got a second place finish, was only against 4 other horses, ran good, and that was a tough group. It's only 4 horses, but it still was a tough group. And this horse has got a first and a second and 2 lifetime tries. So there's really no way of knowing how this horse is going to run. The EquinEdge long shot certainly deserves a look. This horse seems to be improving within each start. Look at this horse has been off of a layoff, but these are really good connections. EquinEdge long shot, like I wouldn't leave the 4 out either. So wow, this is a tough race. Now this horse seems to need the lead for its best. And the 2 horse on the inside's fast as well, and probably needs the lead to win. The problem is you don't know. You just can't. Is Rosario going to send, or when he's on the outside, he's just going to sit there and so he's going to be near the pace. The 2 is going to be on the pace. It's just those 2. So you have to be concerned about those 2 getting away for sure as well. What is that? Like you see, I've made a point on every single horse, every one. So for me, I would have to go away from the single of that horse. Here's a horse. It's 4%, 88 pace. I mean, it's a dominant pace number. But this horse is going so far up in class, it's not even funny. No. So you have to like the 3 in Vontante because this horse has got 2 wins in 4 tries against a 78 average SOR group. The 7 horse tries every single time, but has no speed and has 4 seconds and 1/3 in 5 tries. And then you look at the 6 horse, who certainly could be in the exotics, 2 wins and a second place finish, but against a 73 average group. I mean, this is where I live. Like it's powerful. The 1 horse is 41%. No doubt, but I mean, this 3-horse might run a hell of a race. Spin off of a layoff. What I see when I look at the 3-horse, though, is that it seems to need to be on the lead to win. That's what I see. If you look at the 9 furlongs, when this horse is won, had the lead here on a sloppy track. When it didn't get the lead here, it didn't win. So that's my concern for a horse like the 3, but the 3 is a player in here. So when you start seeing stuff like this is when it becomes like where you're like, man, it's wide open. So this horse won by 6 lengths on 11:25 at Churchill Downs. Okay, you see that? Same race. This horse got second in that race. This horse is just so unreliable. And then you got Army Wife here. Tyler Gaffleone, who won in this horse. This is a tough race. And you got an EquinEdge morning line of 5-1 on a horse like the 4. When you're looking at the favorites and they don't look like anything, why can't this horse win? I think this horse is class compromised, but I can't say this horse can't win. Dude, this is a very, very tough race. First act is 7-2 on the EquinEdge morning line. And it's lightly raced. Is it this good? I mean, that was a 62 group. This is a 76 group. It might be. Maybe it's really getting good. Let's look at the GSR Plus and see. On the dirt, this horse has an 81 on the tab. So this horse, and it's the EquinEdge long shot. So for me, this is for me now. I'm gonna take a risk. If you covered every horse but the 2 horse in here, I would say I get it. But for me, since I don't love anything else so far, I'm gonna have to take a chance. That's gonna be my risk. Is singling first act. Well, the 3 is going to have the lead, huh? All right, so I'm going to cover. I'm going to cover. I take that back. There's no speed in the race at Saratoga. The 3 is going to have the lead, and that's what I'm most worried about. So I can't signal the 5. Look at top win percentage in this race is 19%. You have to be able to look at other metrics in order to figure this out. This guy, the 2 wins in 4 tries, that's pretty good, but that's against a 52 group. Whereas you look at the horses like the 3 horse and the 7, and they look pretty darn good. The 2's EquinEdge long shots will give it some extra points. You see where this is going. I'm already at $90 and I have 3 singles. Wow. So there's different ways of looking at this. You either have to spread, take some chances leaving favorites out, right? So if I'm going to spread, now I have to look 7-2 on the 5 horse. Like I said, 5% of the time these horses come back to win. I don't know the upside. In this horse's defense, it's only raced 4 times, but it barely won against a 54 group last time out. But that was awful. That was also off of a layoff. Wow. It's tough. Who did it beat? Beat the 6 horse who came back to win easily. The 3 was taken up. So this horse had issues. So that was a decent maiden race for sure. No doubt about it. Decent maiden race. Ugh. Tucson Queen comes out of the same race as Osiria and had the eight hole. But the problem with the 10, unfortunately for the 10 last time out, it had the rail. So, but look how close second off the layoff Tucson Queen was. I mean, it was sitting on the stretch. It got first before losing. So let's take a look at this race and see what happened. I'm just curious who won the race. So many horses come out of this race. So Osiria was right there on the pace with Neon Summer, who couldn't get the lead. What's the story with Neon Summer now? So really no chance of winning. Tucson Queen, okay, so you can see what happened was Tucson Queen's class is higher than Osiria. That's what it is. So when you look at speed, so Tucson Queen's class moved this horse up. The interesting thing though is the 2 horse has some class, but the 10's going to press most likely. But this 2 could go gate to wire. Very interesting. We need help from the 10, but the horse that's going to get first run with its class is for sure going to be Tucson Queen. For sure. Who did it lose to? So the 3 horse who came from behind with no speed in that race So this horse had a perfect trip and then lost to this horse. Who came from behind. What I'm going to guess is Tucson Queen was too close to the pace. And it set it up for this horse to come from behind. And this one horse might send from the rail. I wouldn't be surprised. That's a tough race. No matter how I look at this race, it just looks really tough. This is going to be crazy, but I'm going to single the 3 because the 3 is going to be on the lead. And when this horse gets the lead, it's tough. So I'm going to single the 3 because I hate covering so many horses in this race, honestly. I'm going to leave out the 10 because the 2 is going to be on the lead. So I'm going to get rid of this horse so I can make room for others. You have to take some chances. So I'm going to leave out the 10. I'm not going to be surprised this 2 horse goes gate to wire. So the 8 horse Appraise. The pace of the race is the 3, Oxymore. Won easily. Now the GSR drops by 10. You've got second and third time starters, and there absolutely is no way to know. When you look at this race, you could get the favorite to win, or you could seriously get a horse to come from behind. Like, there's no way that I have a clue. I'm going to leave out the 8 horse, though, is 14% to win. That's going to be your big favorite. And it barely hung on last time, and it draws the 8 hole. I have to listen. I have to leave out a horse like this. It can win, but I have to leave him out. I have to leave out a horse like the 3 as well, because I can't cover every favorite. So I have to take a chance and leave out horses like this. Have to do it. So I'm going to stick with the higher GSRs. No Way Hudson. Bump to the break, last away. Now he's jumping on the turf and the GSR drops. So I'm going to take a chance, and then I'm going to take a chance and beat the 10 hole. Well, let me just double check. How about this EquinEdge long shot? This horse dueled and still won like that. I'll leave it. I'm at $100 and I have 2 singles that I don't want. That's how tough this is. And the only time this horse won was when it went gate to wire. No, almost done.
I want your steak.
Huh?
I want your meat.
Okay, we'll have to go to the store and get some too.
No, we have here.
We have one little.
We can do chicken too.
We can do chicken, yeah. If you want the steak, I have to go to the store.
Okay, we can do chicken.
Chicken, we have plenty.
But breast meat too?
Mm-hmm.
So me and Randall are preparing a salad, and then we're waiting for you.
Okay, I'll be done in 10 minutes. So I know they're about to go to the gate for the pick 6. Many of you aren't going to play the pick 6. I really wanted to play it, but I mean, this is a really tough race. This one horse, Nicholas James, is going to have the lead for sure, but it's cleared before and stopped. I mean, but wow, what a pace advantage this horse has. For me, there's just something about this 6-horse top of the mint that I like. And also the 8 Got the Gold with Flavian Pratt. So I'm gonna try to put this in if I can. Okay, so as soon as this race is over, I'll do a quick pick 5 for you, Tony, just to look and see what the pick 5 looks like, okay? We'll do that. So I did 6, 7, and 8 in this race. I forced this leg, to be honest with you. So this is a wide open race, but I went with the top 3 EquinEdge picks. That's all I did. That was my decision making there. Okay. So as soon as this goes, then we'll go look at the pick 5 real quickly, and then I got to go. Tonight I'm going to handicap my butt off for the 3 tracks tomorrow. Woodbine, Laurel. I want to be really prepared tomorrow. Last week, I'll say this, was better on last show. I had 3 horses that were my best bets and all 3 won. So it just really depends on how everybody bets them. And you know, I did not bet one of them. All right, they're in the gate. Root for the 6, 7, or 8. Oh, somebody broke through the gate.
Number 3, Joey Loose Lips, broke through the starting gate.
That's your favorite right now, too. So that makes me happy.
Slight delay.
No worse for wear, it looks like. The state vet will look and just make sure. Who's the jockey there? That was Carmouche. Man, Carmouche is having a tough day. Didn't he fall off of the horse who got scratched in the last race? My God. Need to do a prayer for Carmouche today.
Kendrick Carmouche now back on number 3, Joey Loose Lips.
These jockeys are so tough. So tough.
And they're back in.
Get it, Danny.
And they're off. The outside, it is Got the Gold along with Eminency, but now moving on through is Joey Loose Lips. Down from the rail is Nicholas James. Joey Loose Lips is the leader. Nicholas James now up to challenge for the lead. And it's a break of 2 to top of the mint. And on the outside, it is Got the Gold. Then Eminency in 5th, followed by Inspiration Point. Hang Tight trails the field in 7th. The quarter went in 22 and 3/5 seconds. It's a battle up front. Nicholas James at the rail. Joey Loose Lips on the outside. 2 of them right together. They've got a length and a half on top of the mint, who is right alongside of Eminency. They are right together. third and fourth as they go into the turn. Got the Gold is fifth, followed by Inspiration Point. Farther back, it is Hang Tight. The half went in a sharp 45 and 4/5 seconds. Nicholas James down at the rail with a narrow lead now. Joey Loose Lips is dropping back. On the outside is Top of the Mint. Then comes Eminency as they head for home now. It is Nicholas James challenged here by Top of the Mint on the outside. And it is Top of the Mint who has now taken the lead. Eminency moving up and into second. And then comes Nicholas James, and down at the rail is Hang Tight, who was last, who's made a belated run here, but is not going to get near Top.
I came so close to singling that horse. That was the one I liked the best. Hopefully you guys bet that. 6 horse, Top of the Mint. In a race like that, to get away with 3 horses is huge. So my ticket is looking really good right now. If I get the 2, 8, or 9 to win that next leg, it's going to come down to most likely just the 8 horse or the 3 horse winning in race number 8. So, okay, as far as a late pick 5 goes, let's see here. Pick 5. So, look, I don't even feel like I covered everything. I think I've got the winner in there. I'm hoping the 8 wins, but you know what I did here too? Same as I did in the last race. I just covered the top 3 EquinEdge picks. So I can't cut this back any. Tony, you're going to have to make some decisions on your own on this one. And way to go, Danny, on your pick 5. Way to go. So anyways, this is what I would come up with here for a late pick 5. I wish you guys the best. And then we will see you tomorrow, okay? See you tomorrow. 530 winner. Nice, Danny. We'll see you 12:15 Eastern time tomorrow, okay? Have a good day, you guys. Bye-bye.